My name is Abruzzi, and how I got introduced to the residency program was through Pastor Danny. And I was in a season of my life where I felt like the Lord was calling me in a different direction. So I just sensed that there was some transition that was coming up for myself and my wife and my kids. And Pastor Danny reached out to me and he explained about the residency program. He said, hey, we have this program that we're offering for young pastors or prospective pastors. He mentioned that one of the commitments that they make is that they would walk with the person that's signing up for the residency. And so for me, that was important because much of my life I lacked a lot of intentional discipleship from leaders. With Pastor Danny and Pastor Josiah and their mentorship and their intentionality, I felt like I went from, here in my leadership and just kind of skyrocketed. It has been nothing but nonstop leadership, intentionality, and growth tracks in that aspect, and just one-on-one mentorship with Pastor Danny. And so that's been really rewarding because I've just seen my own personal life go from here, and again, just with my leadership skills, skyrocketing, and it's not even about that. I think it's more so discovering who you are in Christ, being able to have those conversations with people that really just want to get to know you. I think allowed me to feel seen, but then also invited me to dream big, right? And seeing what that looks like to serve the Lord, and then also bring other people along the way in the process. So, yeah, absolutely. That's a good question. At a young age, I had a really hard time speaking in front of people, and like a crippling fear of speaking in front of people. And I made a vow at a young age because of just a situation at school in a play that I was in that I would never allow myself to be humiliated in a public crowd due to my speaking. And so I carried that for so long, but here it is. I felt like the Lord was calling me to preach His word, and obviously that involves public speaking. And so when I shared that with Pastor Danny, I said, hey, I have a really hard time when it comes to speaking in front of people, and he's like, we'll work on that. And so there was a lot of trial and error of me just speaking in front of him, and again, him providing that space for me to be honest with my weaknesses was important. And so I'm not claiming to be an amazing communicator, but I am far better from where I first started, right? And so that was a big insecurity that I have, and something I'm still working through, but knowing that I have somebody in my corner and just coaching me and cheering me on, that's been really rewarding and helpful. So I would say that's an area of my life due to the residency that I've seen my communication and my communication really just skyrocket. I'm reminded much of the times in the Word where faith leaders, when they felt called, really, they wouldn't go somewhere where the Lord's presence wasn't. And so I would say pray before stepping into anything that you're going to do for the Lord, but also understand that there's grace in unknown territory. I would say don't allow your anxiety to cripple you from stepping into whatever it is that God has for you, or even the uncertainty of, well, what's the next step look after that, and what is it going to look like in 5 years? And man, just surrender that to the Lord and move in faith, man, and you'll see what He does in your life. So, yeah, that's some of the advice I would give to somebody who has ideas about stepping into the residency. Pray about it, but don't allow the uncertainty to stop you from moving forward.